But definitely, if you guys are debating between these two, welcome to my channel. Today I have a new palette. I finally got my hands on the Sugarpill C2 Capsule Palette Collection #2 palette. So I did a video on the first one. Now we got the second one thing on these. I believe this one is an Ulta exclusive. I did get it from Ulta. Both of these are $42 with 10 shades. One of the shades being a blush. This one seems pretty promising already. I did my swatches on it and I feel like I'm gonna like the formula and the color combination of this one more than the first one. The first one I was very iffy on it. It's definitely a lot more pinky purple with the pops of the blue and the green, and this one is more neutral with peachy yellow and green and blue. So I did want to mention that when I was looking at both of these the first time, I thought that they had very similar colors. The green in the new one is like a mixture of these two shades. It's definitely a lot more green with a shimmer. If you guys can see, this is out of the C2 palette and these are out of the C1 palette. You see what I mean? They're a bit different. So let's get into the swatches of this palette. I did do outdoor swatches. It is cloudy outside. The sun is not out, so the swatches are in the sunlight like normal, but just going through the swatches, since they are kind of all over the place with the palette, I'm not going to go through the exact shades, but I'm just going to show you guys the videos. But so far there's only one eyeshadow in this palette that I'm kind of iffy on the formulation, which is the blue shade. It did come off a bit chunky, so I'm going to have to see how I feel about that one. So if you guys like the color story, 3 Looks 1 palette coming to you tomorrow. So I'm gonna prime my eyes with my Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer, and we're gonna get into testing out this formula, first impressions. So let's get into it. All right, my eyes are primed and I'm ready to get into this palette. I don't even know where to go, because I feel like if you cover up all of these shades, you get a pretty neutral makeup look over here. So I'm gonna try and incorporate some of the pops of color for this look just to get a nice feel for all of the shades. So I'm gonna start off with this shade called Karma. I love Karma. Karma is my best friend, and I still like holding the palette like this. And for some reason, holding the palette like this is actually pretty comfortable. So I'm just gonna put this in my crease. So I'm wondering what you guys are up to today. Who's quarantined in their house? Who's self-quarantining themselves? Are your kids out of school? My brothers are out of school. I'm curious as to what is going on where you're from. Let me know how your weekend was. Are you working? Are you working from home? So if there's a lot of people, let me know how it is. We can chit chat. I'm homebound on myself. I'd like to stay away from people. A more weakened immune system, so I'm not testing nothing. That's a pretty shade. It's kind of like a peachy shade. These are my favorite kind of shades that are like transition shades that are a little bit different. They're not your basic brown transition shades. And then I'm gonna take this yellowish shade, Metro. It's kind of like a mustardy subculture-esque yellow. I'm gonna put it a little bit in like my eyebrow area here. I know I've been MIA from YouTube for a while, but in all reality, I have things that I would like to film, but they are not out yet. So I've kind of had, like, I want to film reviews and I'm not inspired to do other videos. So that is why I've been a little MIA. And then the other reason why I've been a little MIA from YouTube is that I'm obsessed with TikTok. There, I said it. If you're bored from being about this virus thing going on, download TikTok. It'll cure your boredness. All right, I really want to test out this kind of, what is it called? Young Blood? I don't really know how to describe this shade. It did swatch lighter on my arm than it did in the pan, and that's what it's looking like on my eye. It is a little bit lighter, but so far, these shades are performing a heck of a lot better than the other palette. I don't really know why that is. I really feel like these shades have a better like pigmentation, blendability. And then I'm also gonna take that shade under my lash line. These shades are, I don't even know, like, I don't think I've had it's like a muted raspberry. The best way I can explain it. All right, and then we're just gonna go back in with Karma, and I'm just gonna help blend out that red shade a little bit. There we go. I like how this looks so far. So I think I'm gonna go in with this blue shade. This was the only one that kind of swatched a little funky. So I think I'm gonna take it wet because it is pretty chunky when I pick it up on a brush. And the shade is called Skyrise. Let's see. It's doing okay. I'm getting a bit of fallout from this shade, and it is kind of hard to get the edges up here up against the eyeshadow. You guys can see that. I'm gonna try out my finger on my other eye and see if maybe this is a little bit better. Oh, I feel the fallout. I just don't like this formula as much as like a regular shimmer. It's too chunky in my opinion. I'm gonna take this kind of blue-brown kind of shimmer. It's called Moonshine. I'm gonna put this in my inner corner on my lid and blend it up into the kind of crease and onto that blue shimmer. There we go. And I need to clean up this fallout over here. So if you are planning on using the blue, I would suggest to put on your eyeshadow before your foundation. And then I'm gonna take this pink shimmer called Elevate, and I'm gonna highlight my inner corner. And then I'm gonna take the green shimmer, it's called Insomniac, and take it on a brush. And I'm gonna blend that in the front of my lower lash line. Ooh, that's pretty. That kind of reddish shade with the green shimmer. All right, and before I finish up this look, I'm gonna try out the blush shade. So the blush shade is the biggest pan right here. It's called Retrograde. Ooh, that is pigmented. Ooh, it is so pigmented. It blends pretty nicely though. Oh, I put way too much on my cheek. All right, I put way too much on my cheeks, but I'm gonna finish up the rest of this look and I'll tell you guys about my final thoughts. All right, and this is the finished look. I just threw on some mascara. I'm not really feeling eyelashes today. And then for my lips, I used the Urban Decay Lip Stain Lip Chemistry in the shade, I don't know how to say that, but I think it matches this kind of like muted raspberry shade in my outer corner. But definitely, if you guys are debating between these two, I would honestly pick this one, because this one, I only had a problem with the blue shade. I can get it to work, but I don't really like the formula of whatever this shade is. But as far as the rest of the shades, they're pretty, they blend really well. I think it's a pretty cool palette to have like some decent pops of colors and then your neutrals. And I didn't have anything funky happen like with this palette. There was tons of fallout. I don't know what the heck happened to this shade. I didn't use it wet or anything. Really flaky. I was just not excited about this one. I like the colors, the formula of this one, there's just something not right with it. This one, on the other hand, I love this one way more than the other one. And oh, also I put the Moonshine shade as a highlight on my cheeks and on my nose. So yes, so far this one, thumbs up for me. Better than the last one. I don't know if it's sold out again or not, but you can get it at Ulta. I know that for sure. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of these two palettes. Which one do you think performed better? 3 looks, 1 palette will be coming tomorrow with this palette. And if you want to see my 3 looks, 1 palette with the C1 palette, I'll have it linked down below for you guys. Yesterday I uploaded a skincare Sunday video, so that video will be right over here. This video will be suggested to you by YouTube, and my face will be right here, where you can click on it and subscribe to my channel.